Hello everyone, welcome to another presentation of the Solid Sports video blog. This is episode 193. Today's date is August 13th, 2022. I'm Troy Westhead. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the Solid Sports Gaming channel as well, as this is my weekly blog, sports blog that I do every week. I want to thank you guys for the support. Before I get started, we got a big show today, a lot of news and all over the world of sports, so we're going to try to touch on a little bit of everything today. Started with the baseball news, the Big Bob show last night. Fernando Tatis Jr. Facing an 80-game suspension for PED use. That sent shockwaves through the world of sports yesterday. We also just take a look at the latest MLB standings and wild card race and everything else. So we're going to talk about that today. NBA, Bill Russell, he passed away. I think it'd be 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks tomorrow. But the NBA announced that they're going to retire his number 6 throughout the league. So that means every team, the number 6 will be retired. I think that's very noble of the NBA. What he had, impact he had on the NBA. So we'll talk about that a little bit. And the Kevin Durant saga continues. He wants to be traded. He came out and said some things this week. So we'll talk about that. NFL preseason started. We'll take a look at some of the games. Just been so far. It's a lot of games today. I think today is the big slate of games of preseason action. And I also finally put together my top 5 tight end list. Top 5 tight ends going into the NFL season. I think it's a pretty strong list. Let's see if I get a little pushback from my man Sean. I used to work with. And I posted on Facebook and Twitter, but I'm not going to post it until later. I want you to come watch the video first, if you can. And but I'll post the list later, sometime this evening. I'll post my list so y'all can see who I think is the top 5 tight ends in the NFL. And just check on the channel. Probably been a little bit. Like I said, it's been another rough week. Like I said, it's just stuff trying to work around work and still try to keep the channel active. I ain't gonna lie, this week I got a little discouraged, but I'm gonna keep pushing it. I'm gonna keep doing the blogs every week. I'm gonna keep doing the video game playthrough. You gotta push through things sometimes. I understand that, so I'm going to. But I'll go looking sort of out of reach now. We're still at we're just over 100 subscribers. I'm going to gain another 100 by the end of August. We're halfway through August. Really ain't been no pushback. Channel been kind of dry this week, so hopefully Madden by this time next week I'll probably have at least one Madden video up. Maybe that'll get some traction here back to the channel a little bit. I think people Sonic did Turtles out, but it was just so much content, and I'm having so much fun with both of those 2 games still. So it'll still be more content of those 2. So I'll give you an update at the end of the video, but let's go ahead and get started. Don't want to waste time. Fernando Tatis Jr. couldn't believe it. It's just the timing with this was just sending a little red flags to me. Like, he was about to come off injury. He ain't played all season. So that means this suspicion will go into next year as well. Now I don't know if postseason games count, like far as like on your suspension. Like, just say the Padres was most likely might make the playoffs, should make the playoffs, unless something crazy happened. Do those games count to your 80? Because the rest of these games, they probably got about, just estimating, a good 40 games left in the season. So that's half of it. The other 40 is going to be tacked on at the beginning of next season of 2023. So like I said, I've never been really one of those fans that just turned off after you use PEDs, because so many players did it, in my opinion. So it's like, and baseball allowed it at a certain time, so I never like judge a player like, okay, you're just a terrible cheater. I just can't go that far, and I'm not gonna go that far with Tatis either. But I'm just skimming through this, and I think it was called, I don't even never heard of this before. I guess they took it down. I know they had exactly what he was tested positive for, but like I said, I just don't like the timing of this. Like he was about to come back, he was in rehab, playing well, about to come up. Then people would have seen him play with Juan Soto, who they just traded for, and of course Manny Machado's having a good year. But it says he has 48 games left, so that's more than half for the rest of the season. And then the others, what's that? Do the math, Troy. Do the math. 32 games he'll serve next season. I think that's what it's saying here. Yeah, so it begins Friday and then it extends to 2023. Okay, so yeah, so the games do count. So if they make the postseason, they get whatever how far they get, that's adding games that he's missed. So actually, he probably a root for them to play pretty well. If they play well, they get, let's just say they get to the World Series, that could be another 20 games added to that. So most of it be gone. You could come back almost to the beginning of the regular season. But I guess you just have to take it. Yeah, this is what it's called. Clostebol. It's spelled Colstebol. They say it's something to treat ringworm though. It's just weird. I don't get it. But anyway, unfortunate for him, he's going to miss the rest of the season. But if the Padres make a deep run in the playoffs, he could be back in April. So, you know, the end of April or early May is the best case scenario. So, so we'll see how that story goes. It was just a shock to me. I just don't like these, and I'm not comparing these situations with like the Ray Rice situation. He was just about to come back, and then you get some information, even though this is, you know, this just came out of nowhere. So maybe that wasn't a good example, but I'm just saying, like, you were just about to come back and then something happens and now you're out. So but unfortunate for him, but I think he'll get over it. I guess more details will come out, because whatever this substance is, it's supposed to be used to treat ringworms, so which is sound weird. So it's just like, it's something that you take in your mouth. I remember when I was a kid, I used to get ringworm, and basically I just had to get some shampoo. Now I don't know if ringworm can be, because I know he got long hair, so I'm just guessing now. I don't know, but that's what it says. So but I still think he's a great young player. I'm so old, I remember when his father used to play for the St. Louis Cardinals, Fernando Tatis Sr. So but this kid, still got a bright future. I don't know, some people, you know, once you get tested for PEDs and fail, they pretty much throw you to the wayside. But I think if this situation, the way they say it is, then I think it should be something fans should get over and accept him back when he comes back, especially Padre fans ain't gonna care. You know, but it would have been nice to see all three of these guys play this season, but unfortunately we won't get that chance. But that was the biggest bombshell last night that broke. So with all that being said, let's check out the standings now currently in the major leagues. Let's start in the American League. The American League East, Yankees been struggling a little bit. They still got a huge lead in the division, 10 games over the Blue Jays. Orioles playing very, very well. Being in Baltimore, people are excited. We currently at third place in the division. When the last time we can say that, probably been some years. And has that final wildcard spot right now. But Toronto's still above them at 60 and 51. Orioles 59 and 53. And they beat Tampa to pass them, so they 58 and 53. So they still play Tampa 2 more times. Boston hanging in there, 56 to 58. And the Central, Cleveland Indians, they showed up. So they've been quietly playing very, very well. Very consistently of late. They surpassed the Minnesota Twins, but the Twins does have one of those wild card spots. White Sox, right there, 57, 56. Then you got Kansas City and Detroit. The West, the Astros as well. They just keep winning. Seattle been playing good as well again, but they still leveled out of the division, but they have currently one of the wild card spots in the American League. We're going to look deeper into that in a few seconds. Let's just go through the rest of baseball. Let's go to the National League East. New York Mets. I was just talking to one of my residents here. I'm a Braves fan. We down 6 games. Philly sort of was nipping at us a little bit, but we ride the strip a little bit. Well, you know, we got back in winning ways a little bit. The Mets, I don't think they're going to be caught because of that pitch. Like, Max Scherzer still look like Max Scherzer. You see how the Grom look. Lost knows one of them go down. I don't see them going on a loser streak. Or even if they, let's just say they lose 2 in a row, 3 in a row, one of those guys going to stop the streak. You know, you're not going to fall completely off the bat. So, and they're a good team, you know. So, but they in first place in the East. My Braves 6 out. Then you got the Phillies 9.5 out. Then it's Miami and Washington Nationals way out. St. Louis Cardinals, another team that's been playing well. They're now in first place in the Central. Milwaukee's still right there at 1.5. Then everybody, you could just say everybody else: Cubs, Pittsburgh Pirates, Cincinnati Reds. Did anybody watch the Phillies Rays game Thursday night? Any baseball fans, I should say. It still was another surreal game. It wasn't like last year's game with the Yankees and the White Sox, but it was still a decent game to watch on Thursday. I was watching between that and the little preseason Ravens. And in the West, the Dodgers quietly 78-33, just running away with it again. 16 up with the Padres, who we was talking about, 64-51. Like I said, Giants now under 500, 55-57. Then you got Colorado and Arizona just, you know, playing better, but playing still not up to par, as they both got 51 wins. Alright, so now let's look at the wild card part of it. Both leagues is real tight. So the American League, the top 3 teams that has a spot is Seattle with +2, and then Toronto is +1.5. Then the Orioles got that final 3rd spot. Then Minnesota Attackers a half a game out. Chicago White Sox 2.5. Boston 4. And now I had to bring up Texas now because they at 10. Once you get, let's say 10 or more, there's no point in bringing you up. National League, my Braves +4 with the wild card in that first spot. Phillies +1.5, well, one half game. And then it's the Padres with the final spot. Then Milwaukee's 2 back. And then the Giants 7.5. But I think, like I said, I think our National League teams are pretty much set. It's just going to be about the Central, who will win that division, the Cardinals or the Brewers. And I think one of those teams will fight also for a wild card with the Padres, the Phillies, and the Braves. I think everybody else is too far back, even though we in the middle of September. The middle of August. So still a lot. Like I said, the Padres got 48 games left, so it's mathematically possible, as we should say. But unless it's a miracle, I don't see nobody from 10 or more coming back. Alright, so that's our baseball talk for the day. We get that out the way. I always like to do it first because don't have a lot of baseball fans out there, at least openly, that I know. But like I said, I'm always going to love baseball. So until the season's over, I'm going to talk about it sometimes. So, well, every week. I ain't going to say sometimes. Every week I'm definitely going to talk about it. So let's get into the NBA. Don't need my phone for that because NBA is the off season. Ain't nothing really going on. Only thing is just been chatter this, chatter that. But let's talk about the Bill Russell retirement day first. Like I said, I called it NBA, so I'm not surprised they're doing this. They talked about doing this for Michael Jordan, Jerry West, and some of the other greats. You heard them talk about it, but Bill Russell was no question that they should do this. So that means every team in the league, you can't wear number 6 anymore. It'll be Bill Russell's retirement. Michael Jordan, I think they should do it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. But because I think honestly, I would be honest, like this is my angle I'm coming at with that. Players that still look up to Michael Jordan probably want to wear 23, and then think about the jersey sales and all that, you know. So I think they can still make money off of Jordan, the NBA. Well, they are. Right? I'm gonna say they could. They still is making money off of Mike. So I think they'll take their time. They might wind up doing it, but I think they're gonna take their time. Or maybe once he passed, that's what they might. Not wishing that on Mike, but that's what they might do. 23. But Bill Russell, like I said, it goes beyond basketball. So I think that's why he probably should have been done this a long time ago. It's good for the NBA. You know, like this year, there's probably gonna be a lot of ceremonies and things of that nature coming up on the season. Like I said, he was just an icon, just someone that paved the way for a lot of people on and off the basketball court. So again, condolences to the Russell family. Like I said, I did a lot of research on him and just the NBA history itself. So I know how big he was back then. And like I said, he's still in my top 10 of all-time players. You go check that list out either on my social media or watch my old videos. I don't know the exact episode at the moment, but he was just a champion and a winner and a humanitarian, a great human being. So this is not a shock that the NBA is doing this. Probably just should have done it sooner if you want to, nitpick on that, because they waited till he passed away. But yeah, so that means you're not gonna be seeing no players wearing number 6 no more. So but this is just a weird thing. This is just the thing I want to bring up. Like, I wonder, that's if the world lasts that long. Maybe in I would say 1,000 years. Like, let's just say there's been so many good players, and well, this ain't gonna happen often. That you retire the number through the whole league, but just for like the Lakers, for example, or the Celtics, they already got a lot of numbers retired. Like, it's gonna be run out of numbers to wear. Like, do you start wearing 100? Numbers in the hundreds or what? I don't know. It's just something I always wondered about. Like, dang, I wonder if and this realistic for those two franchises, they already got like probably 10 to 12 players, maybe more, with numbers retired for that team. Kobe got 2 numbers for the Lakers, 8 and 24. They thought about retiring his number throughout the whole league. I was like, I wouldn't have had a problem with it if they did it, but I was like, nah, you know what I'm saying? So, and plus, like I said, a lot of people looked up to him, so they probably still want to honor him by wearing this number. Even basketball, even teams, players in other sports, even though they might not play basketball, probably want to wear those numbers. But anyway, I think this was the right thing to do for the NBA. I think we're going to see a lot of you're going to learn a lot this year too. They're going to probably give you a lot of history, probably going to hear a lot of stories you never heard of Bill Russell. So I think this is a good thing, and I'm glad the NBA did it. But let's move on to the drama now. I call it the drama because it's just a bunch of drama now at this point, with Kevin Durant. Of course, he requested a trade. I think it's been almost 2 months ago. Probably right when free agency started. So probably about a month ago. Probably right a little bit after free agency started in early July. First he had, he put out a list of teams. And then once things started happening, because Phoenix was one of those teams, DeAndre Ayton, they wound up staying in Phoenix. So, so things just start happening around the league, and now it's really not a lot of people that could do it. That's, for that price that Brooklyn probably wants. But now he came out this week and said, well, first of all, he came out this week and said he wants Steve Nash fired and Sean Marks fired. Honestly, I don't think that that's going to do that. If they would have fired Steve Nash, they'd have fired him really during the season. How things fell off during the season, I think he would have been gone. So I don't think it makes sense for them to fire him now. Now we're going to see, because if that does happen, that means Durant definitely got the power, and he could do, basically they're going to divide whatever he wants, and he's not getting traded. So, and then the Sean Marks, the GM, I just don't think they're gonna do that. I think they would have made that move, but I think he really wants to get out of there so bad. He's just coming up with stuff now. He probably don't really want them fired. He probably just saying that because basically it's me or them. So basically y'all gotta. He knows that he's not. He probably knows that they're not gonna fire him. So maybe that'll make them really want to move him then. Which is a good strategy, I guess. But then he gave you two teams he wanted to go to: Philadelphia or what did he say? It was Philly or Boston, I think. And Boston really probably one of the only teams in the league that might could pull off a blockbuster trade for him. Of course, it had to be Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum who had to be in the trade. And Jaylen Brown already upset about that he's been brought up in it. But so that's what we're looking at. Then they got the draft picks to trade for him. And they can throw some more other players, probably Marcus Smart, and a couple of other players. And they keep Brogdon and have Durant and Tatum or Brown. I think it'll probably be Brown, even though I think Jaylen Brown got a gripe because it's been times he showed that he was a little bit better than Jason Tatum. But I'll give Jason Tatum the edge. If I had to choose one who was better, I would say Jason Tatum, just because he's been a little bit more consistent, and he's made some big shots. So but Jaylen Brown is nothing to sneeze at either. He can surpass Jason Tatum. I mean, he has the talent to do that. But basically, with this situation, I think we just want to sit and wait. Still got a long way until the season starts, about a month and a half before training camp and stuff like that. So I just think we need to sit and wait. I personally would, like me as a fan, I'm gonna speak as a fan now, I want him to stay there. I think if Kyrie Irving gets together, because they see he might get moved as well. Ben Simmons ain't been brought up, so I guess they're gonna roll with that. I think I want to see how the three fit together with the team they already have. I would like to see that. I think they'll still be a contender in the East. But Kevin Durant, I don't know him. I'm not, I never met the man. I'm just a fan, basically, when it comes down to it. But just how he thought in the past, like you just don't know exactly what he's thinking or what his problem is. You don't really know exactly what the problem. You think it's Steve Nash or Sean Marks, but it hasn't been until now. They might have said something to him he don't like. Kevin Durant don't like once you cross him or disrespect him, he don't come back from that most of the time. So I just wonder what the problem is. Or he just want to leave. It could be his prerogative that he just want to leave now. But you got 4 years left for your deal, so that's the thing that a lot of other people pushing back on. Like, you still got 4 years left. This thing, like, this is your last year, or you under contract, so you basically have to deal with whatever. And I sort of agree with that too. I would like to see him stick it out and try to make it work, because I think it can. I think they could be a championship team. If he's all in, well, he's always all in. When he's on the court, he plays basketball. Kyrie got his little things off the court, stuff like that. But when he's all in, he's talented. Ben Simmons has talent. Ben Simmons just, he's a liability offensively. But like I said, with this team, he's not going to have to score that often. He could just focus on playing defense, and he's still a great ball handler and a playmaker. You can just focus on that, and then when you got to score, you score. So I think he fits it here. If he goes to another team, I think in Philadelphia, like I said, even though they had a B, he was like the second guy, so they relied on your scoring as well. I think he don't have to. He'd be the third guy easily after Durant and Kyrie. But I think it's working. I would think it would work if Kevin wound up changing his mind, but the way this looking is like he's not. But the Nets could just hold firm, because they they got him under contract, and just say, look, you here, like it or not, which I think the Nets is sort of doing now. So so every time something come up, we have to talk about it. But honestly, I don't know what's gonna happen. I think he might get moved, but I don't think it's gonna be like to the season starts, or closer to the season. I think they just gonna let this sit Hopefully he changes his mind and play. And then they thinking now. They thinking, because I'm gonna say this, because he could change, he could just not play. But they was saying he ain't the type that's just gonna sit and not play. But if he really wants out, he probably will. He'll do what maybe what James Harden did for Houston. Just played half-ass, like he's still out there, so they can't say you ain't playing, but just not giving it 100% effort. So you don't know what's going to happen here. So, but I think if he really wants out, I think they ain't gonna have no choice at the end to move him, because it's just gonna be toxicity all over your team. You don't want that. You want to move on and have guys just focus on basketball. But that's the type of guy he is. So they thinking maybe we just let him say what he's gonna say, but when the season starts, he's gonna play. But all that to be determined. We'll see. Alright, so that's it for the NBA this week. Let's talk some NFL. Let's look at some of the preseason action from last night and Thursday night. Me being a Ravens fan, I saw the Ravens game Thursday night. A lot of the young guys look good. Of course, most teams ain't gonna play their starters this week. Let's go to the NFL page. But yeah, I mean, it's football, so I was excited. It's a lot of games today. I was saying at the beginning of the show that there's a lot of games today. It was only 2 games Thursday night. The Giants and the Patriots got together. Let me say something about the Patriots real quick. A lot of people talk about Mac Jones. He be struggling in practice. Now, I don't know. Well, it's because it's the Patriots. I'm gonna put it like this: they could be putting that out there to have people think he ain't playing well. I don't buy that. I mean, the Patriots do stuff like this. They make you think one thing and it's another. I don't think he's doing that bad. I mean, there's a lot of stuff said that he is, but and I don't think he played the other night. And with the Giants, like I said, I still don't know what direction they going in. But we'll see how Daniel Jones plays and stuff like that. It was games last night too. Jets Eagles was an interesting game. 49ers Packers. Trey Lance threw a touchdown pass. I saw that on the highlights. Browns Jaguars. Deshaun Watson, he played a little bit. He came out, sort of gave an apology to what he did. First time he really apologized. I guess that's a step in the right direction, because now you might play some football this year, so you don't want the crowd that is slim get the crowd off you a little bit. But that situation, just to touch on that real quick. The NFL still trying to shoot for a whole year. I still don't think so. I still think it's going to be 10 games at the most. But if they make it to the year, I wouldn't be surprised. But that's what the NFL pushing for. So this is an appeal process. So we'll see how that goes. But I think it's just going to go as high as 10. I don't think it's going to be able to get to the year, because the initial punishment was 6. So I can jump from 6 to almost a year. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so it was fun preseason action. Vikings Raiders Sunday. They're 2 teams to me that can possibly, make some noise this year in the NFL. But Kirk Cousins tests positive for COVID. Again, I think this is like his 2nd or 3rd time. He was one of the players that was adamant about not getting the vaccine. So unfortunately he got the COVID again. So hopefully he gets over that and be ready for the regular season. Raiders, like I said, they got a lot of talent. Derek Carr, I think he'll be ready. I want to see how Devontae Adams look as well. Then they defense with the pass rushers they got. So Raiders ain't no team to sneeze at. The AFC West is definitely going to be a strong division and a fun division to watch this year. So let's look at today's schedule. Some games that step out to me. Since I'm local, I can watch Carolina and Washington. I want to see. I'm guessing that Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold's going to play, since they fighting for that job. Chiefs Bears. I want to see how Justin Fields look. Chiefs probably don't play their starters at all. Broncos Cowboys game would be interesting. Will Russell Wilson play tonight or not? That Rams Chargers, of course, Rams defending champions. So that's some of the notable games on the docket for today. If you got the NFL Network, you definitely good. You can watch pretty much most of these games today, for sure. So, but let's move on to my top 5, excuse me, tight end list. I'm gonna do one more list. I'm gonna do defenses. Next week, just do whole defense. I was gonna do individual positions, but I decided I'm gonna do defenses. So, and then that'll be it. But I've been getting some pushback. Like I said, my man Sean, used to work with, he pushed back a little bit on the wide receiver list and the running back list. So let's see if you have anything to say about this list. We'll start from 5 and go up to 1. I'm gonna post it later on my social media. All my social media will be posted in the description. So definitely check that out. But I'm not gonna post it till later. I want you to come, like I said, watch the video, and then you can get my list in. So at number 5, Zach Ertz of the Arizona Cardinals. And like I said, some people, I think they be disagreeing with the list because they projected what somebody's going to do. Like a Kyle Pitts, he's not on my list. I'm just using an example. I think he could, like next year he could be, or maybe if I make another list during the season, he could elevate and be a great tight end. I think he's going to be great. That's why a lot of those young guys wasn't on my wide receiver list. I'm going by consistency over years, not just 1 or 2 good years. And most of those guys only in their 2nd or 3rd year. So that's, so hopefully this will explain this list as well. But Zach Ertz, like I said, he's been consistent tight end and receiver for the Eagles. Got traded to the Cardinals mid last year before the trade deadline, and played well there as well. I think he's going to have a good year this year, and he might get more targets because DeAndre Hopkins being out for the first 6 weeks. So he's going to be relied on, and probably a security blanket for Kyler Murray. So just something to look forward to. But I think he's going to have a good year. I think he's going to remind people that he's an elite tight end. So I got him at number 5. Number 4, Darren Waller for the Raiders. I think he's a little underrated, honestly. Like what he did, like I said, I watched him a couple of times last year. The big catches that he makes. When Derek Carr's in trouble, that's somebody that he goes to. And he's been doing it over the last few years. So I got him at number 4. These 3 to me, you probably could put in any order, but I think these the clear top 3 tight ends. George Kittle of the San Francisco 49ers. Now the gripe with him is, well, why I got him at 3 probably would be 2 or maybe 1 if he just stayed healthy. This guy, not only is he a great receiver, he's a great pass blocker, run blocker. He does everything for the Niners, but he's just been a little bit nicked up the last few years. But I think he's going to have a bounce back year. He's going to help Trey Lance out. Get the young guy a steady target. So I expect a big year for George Kittle, and he's number 3 on my list. Number 2, Mark Andrews of the Baltimore Ravens. I'm a Ravens fan, so I see a lot of Mark Andrews. This guy catches anything in this vicinity, and he's an underrated pass and run blocker as well on that line. He helped the line out, especially last year. Had the most receptions, had the most receiver yards for tight ends last year, despite Lamar not playing the last few games of the season. Just all around great player, so he deserves to be number 2. I got one of my residents. He might be biased. I'm not gonna say that he is, or is it? But he said I should have had Andrews 1. So you gotta know who's number 1 is. Travis Kelce of the Kansas City Chiefs. This guy, just the last few years, just been the best. Not just tight end, just one of the best receivers in the NFL. And he's also underrated as a blocker, as well. Of course, last year, still had a great year, but a little under his status, but he had a great year last year. The year before, that's when he had the historic year for tight ends, yards, touchdowns, all that stuff. This guy been doing it for a long, for years to come, for the last few years. So, and that's what I sort of base it my evaluation on, not just one good year. Consistency of producers. So that's my list. Number 5, Zach Ertz for the Arizona Cardinals. Number 4, Darren Waller for the Las Vegas Raiders. Number 3, George Kittle for the San Francisco 49ers. Number 2, Mark Andrews for the Baltimore Ravens. And Travis Kelce, Chiefs, clearly the number 1 tight end in the NFL right now. Now, like I said, Kyle Pitts, Goddard for the Eagles. I think they're the 2 that probably people would probably still put up there, clearly. But like I said, they just got to do it for more years. Kyle Pitts is only his 2nd year, and Goddard just really started coming on. He's a great tight end, but he just started coming on. That's why they felt like they could have treated Ertz, because this guy is going to develop. So and we'll see what he do with Jalen Hurts this year. So those 2 guys to watch out for, maybe they're notable missions. But I understand if you would put them in your top 5, but I like consistency over time, and that's what these guys have done. So that's why this is my list. Alright, so we got through another one, y'all. About to wrap this one up. I think we've been on about 40 minutes. So let's just go give an update on the channel. What's coming? Like I said, Madness coming release next Friday. So I probably should have a video up. I've been wanting to have a video up during the daytime, so I'm gonna try. We'll see how that goes. Sports games is gonna be hard for me to do during the week because I got my resident in there. They always want to play, and so it's sort of, but it's not my job, but it's sort of part of my job to interact and stuff. So that's be holding me back sometimes during the day. That's why it's so hard to record during the daytime. So look out for that. That's coming. That's the new stuff that's coming. BioShock it's doing okay, but it ain't jumping off nobody's pages yet. I might do a video of that this afternoon after my nap. So just check that out. What else? What else? Ninja Turtles, because I'm getting blank now. I'm hearing noise outside. Turtles and Sonic Origins, that's still gonna come. Still a lot more content to do with both. Turtles, though, I'm almost pretty much done with that. Like, I pretty much did everything. So, but there's still gonna be more videos coming. We're gonna play out the rest of the characters, finish the game off, and then I probably start doing random arcade videos, like online, playing with other people and stuff. So as far as Sonic Origins, still a lot, like I said, there's a lot of content of that to go. So just look out for that. Last of Us might be coming soon. As soon as I finish BioShock, I'm going to do Last of Us. So look out for that. So as far as the video game playthroughs, that's what's coming soon. Like I said, in the fall, we got a lot of big games coming. God of War, Ragnarok, Modern Warfare 2. In fact, we might do the beta. I'll probably do that on Twitch, but I'll probably play the beta, me and my bro. You gotta pre-order the game, so I'm gonna try to do that and have the beta. So sometime in September we'll do that, so look out for that. But other than that, man, thanks. Like I said, I really thank you guys for the support. Like I said, I don't know if we're gonna reach our goal, but we'll still try to by the end of August get the 200 subscribers. But we're at a standstill right now. So like I said, if you genuinely like my content, definitely share, subscribe. I get a lot of people that come in, they leave great comments, but they don't even like the video or they don't share it. So definitely do that. I'm on Twitter, so I'll be trying to push it on Twitter. I'll be trying to push it on Instagram and Facebook. So but thank you guys, man. I appreciate you guys. you know, just like I said, as far as me getting through, it's been a tough week. I got some friends of mine dealing with some things, so it's sort of, you know, not trying to put it on me, just you know, just some tough situations to deal with. And then, you know, I had a issue last week, and it sort of got to me. But I'm holding strong. I'm gonna keep on pushing. Hopefully I can change my situation soon within the next few months or so. Hopefully I won't have to cut this channel completely down, but I probably will have to take another little break again. But that's all in the future. That's not nothing that's coming soon. I definitely would, if something happens, I would definitely come let you guys know first. And I stay on social media so I can update. But other than that, man, I thank you guys. Thank you for joining for another video. Speaking of the NFL, so starting after week 1, I'm gonna be doing 2 blogs a week. I do one at night, previewing whatever the Thursday night game is, and looking forward to the games on the weekend. So, look, you know, it'd be more of a review. We look back on the following week, the past season. You know, I'm thinking about opening up another pool. I'm gonna see if I get some traction. If I get some traction with it, I'll go ahead and do it again. The last couple of years, ain't nobody joined, so it's like, well, there's no point. We do one here. I do one here with my residents for fun, as we pick every game in the NFL. Just straight up pick them. We don't do the spreads and all that. We just do straight up. So, if you're interested, definitely let me know. I set it up, and I probably have some type of prize or something for the winner at the end of the season. So, but thank you guys, man. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. It'll take me a little nap. Get this video together first. That might take me a little nappy nap, and if I get up on time, I'll knock out some videos to put up for the day. And then tomorrow, oh yeah, tomorrow, I forgot about tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sports Sunday, so we got some MLB The Show action tomorrow. Yankees and Milwaukee Brewers. I think the Brewers are at home, but I'm not gonna call the game. I'll just be jumping in and out because I'm gonna split it down to 2 parts again. But that's what I'm gonna do for Madden as well, and for 2K. I plan on doing in the fall. So, but yeah, we got some baseball tomorrow morning. So, my bad, good vibes. Look out for that. I'm gonna try to find another Rockies game fit in before the season's over. So check all that out tomorrow morning. So, but other than that, you guys take care. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. It's still dangerous out here. Stay healthy, because you know now it's this monkeypox thing that's starting to get traction now. So just protect yourself. If you live where I live in Baltimore, please watch out for yourself. It's just crazy out here. Like, you know, it's just really crazy. A lot of murders, a lot of robbings, people breaking into people's houses. It's just lawless right now. So definitely keep your neighbors in your thoughts. To all the people in my circle, I don't like to go into detail or say nobody's name because I don't talk to them. It's, you know, comfortable to talk to them that much. So I'm just gonna say they know who I'm talking about. Y'all, they were both definitely on my mind. My condolences to one of my friends, and my other friend was in a bad accident. She's still recovering. So y'all two are definitely on my mind. All my supporters, everybody, man. I really appreciate you guys, man. And I love y'all support. I need it, man. I ain't gonna lie, I need it. It keeps me going. It makes me don't want to quit. So don't think that it's being overlooked at all. And like I said, man, if it's ways you want to help, you know, just hit me behind the scenes. Cause you know I'm different. I'm a different YouTuber. I like things to be more organized. Well, yeah, organized. Not saying the other YouTubers are organized, but I want it to be more of a genuine help. I don't want it to be, you know, forced, because if you here and you just want to watch, that's fine. That's your right. You don't have to. You know, I'm not saying you have to do anything or support, but I really appreciate it though, a lot. So with that being said, enjoy your weekend. I ain't gonna ramble. That's what I got a problem doing sometimes. I'm Troy West. Thank you so much for watching. I'll post a tight end list later, so check that out on all my social media platforms. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much.